channel. Please share it with your near and dear. So far we have learned how to use could for past ability, and now we are going to learn how to use could for past permission. Past permission V1. Right. Here for past permission, if it is a general permission in the past or subject plus was or were allowed to plus V1. And if it is a particular permission, general permission. Number 1. Vehicles we were allowed. Right. Let me explain this one. For past permission also we use could. Structure is subject plus could plus V1. If it is general permission in the past, we use this structure or the next structure here. Particular permission in the past, we use only subject plus was or were allowed to plus V1. General permission means it was general for all people, not only for particular people, for all people also it was allowed. When we talk about general permission which was allowed to all people also, then we have to use a subject plus could plus V1 or was or were allowed to plus V1. Here vehicles could park here once means once everybody was allowed to park their vehicle at some place, at that place. So as everybody was allowed to park their vehicles at that place, we can use, it was general permission, for that we can use vehicles could park here once. For the same, vehicles were allowed to park here once. The second way also we can use. We could visit international airport when it was under construction. When international airport was under construction, everybody was allowed to visit that airport. So as it was a general permission, we can use we could visit international airport when it was under construction. The same can be said in this way also. We were allowed to visit international airport when it was under construction. If it is particular permission, for example, we requested the authorities, so we were allowed to attend the meeting. So in the past, we requested the authorities to allow us to go into that meeting, to attend the meeting. As it was particular one, it was not allowed to all, it was not allowed for all people. So we have to take it as particular permission, and for that we have to use only was or were allowed to. So as per that, we requested the authorities, so we were allowed to attend the meeting. So in this way, for past permission also we use could. Now we are going to learn used to in the past. Used to in the past. Positive. subject plus used to plus V1. Negative. Negative. Subject plus never used to plus V1 or subject plus didn't use to plus V1. Okay, so positively with this structure, negatively with any of either of these two structures we can use. But when do we use this used to in the past? Okay, so used to in the past only we use. Okay, now let me give you the definition of this one. Used to is used to say something. Used to is used to say something happened regularly or continued for a time in the past, but no longer happens or continues. Right. Let me give examples also. After giving examples, I'll explain all you see structure and the examples also. Positive. Number one, I used to have a car once. There used to be a shop at the corner in those days. He used to smoke cigarettes. In those days. Negative. Examples. I never used to play any games once. Number two, they didn't use to study well in their school days. In their school days. And in this way, we never used to any car. We never used to have any car in those days. Right. Now let me explain this one. Okay, used to in the past, especially this structure with used to is used to say something happened regularly or continued for a time in the past but no longer continues. Simply to say some habit was there in the past or something happened in the past continuously or regularly, but at present, so that type of habit is not there. For example, you see here, if we talk about, you see, positively, this structure we have to take. If we want to express such kind of habits in the past, we have to use subject plus used to plus V1 in positive way. For example, let us take positive way now. I used to have a car once. Once I used to have a car means at present no car is there with me. In those days I had a car, but now there is no car. If we say I used to have a car means at present it doesn't continue, means I don't have any car now, like that. That is the meaning of it. There used to be a shop at the corner in those days. At the corner there was one shop in those days, but now it is not there. As it is not there now, we are able to use this. There used to be a shop at the corner in those days. And in the same way, he used to smoke cigarettes in those days. In those days, he was smoking cigarettes, but now he doesn't have that habit. So, we can use he used to smoke cigarettes in those days. As per this one, you see, used to is used to say something happened regularly or continued for a time in the past, but no longer continues or happens. At present, it doesn't continue or it doesn't happen. So, some person had something in the past, but now he doesn't have that one. To say like that, we use used to structure. Positive way is this. I subject used to plus V1. And in the same way, there used to be. He used to smoke. Okay, subject plus used to plus V1. A negative, two ways are there for negative way. Subject plus never used to plus V1 or subject plus didn't used to plus V1. I never used to plus V1. I never used to play any games once. Means in those days I did not play any games, but now I play games. So just opposite to that past habit. Okay, that means I never used to play any games once means at present I play some games like that, but in those days I did not play any games. They didn't used to study well in their school days. In their school days they didn't used to, they subject didn't use to plus V1. They didn't used to plus V1. They didn't used to study well in their school days. In their school days they were not studying well really, but now they are studying well. Okay, so that's the meaning of it. We never used to have any car in those days. In those days we did not have any cars, but now we have cars. Okay, just opposite to that one. Let it be positive or negative also. Whatever just we say here, just opposite to that one is at present. Okay, for such situations we use used to. Okay, positively and negatively also. And how to frame questions, let us now learn. And questions part. Thank you for watching this channel. We'll meet in the next episode.